Party on KTLA.
Now at 4, a Hollywood tragedy. The son of legendary actor and director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle is being held behind bars on suspicion of their murder. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm Samantha Cortese.
And I'm John Finolio. As we've been reporting, Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead in their Brentwood home. Their son Nick has been booked for murder.
And Nick Reiner is in custody, accused of killing his parents. As we've mentioned, KTLA's Lindsay Pena is live in Brentwood. She is the latest on the investigation. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Sam and John. Yeah, we're in front of the couple's home right now. Not a lot of activity we've seen from police in the last few hours. As you mentioned, their son, Nick Reiner, now in custody and being held without bail. TMZ is also reporting that he is on suicide watch as we wait to see what charges the DA will file in this case. Authorities say 78-year-old Rob Reiner and his wife, 68-year-old Michelle Singer Reiner, were found inside their Brentwood home Sunday afternoon, victims of an apparent homicide. An officer confirming both suffered stab wounds and were pronounced dead at the scene. The couple's son, 32-year-old Nick Reiner, now behind bars, suspected of committing the brutal killing.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder.
The news sending shockwaves through this community, Hollywood, and beyond.
This is Michael Stivick's Independence Day, pal!
Reiner was one of the most well-known and successful directors, producers, and actors in the industry, with a career spanning decades. The man behind hit films like When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me, and A Few Good Men. The LA Times reporting that Reiner had been seen with his son Nick as recently as Saturday night at a Christmas party at Conan O'Brien's home, and that the two were in a heated argument. Partygoers reporting Nick was acting strangely. According to the Times, Nick was living in a guest house at his parents' home, and his mother had been growing more concerned about her son's mental health. LAPD confirming to KTLA that detectives obtained a search warrant to search the residence. At this point, a motive hasn't been released, but the family was open about Nick's battles with drug addiction and homelessness. Reiner, seen here in a clip from 2016, talking to KTLA's Sam Rubin.
They're in pain. They're using these, drugs or alcohol as a way of self-medicating. They have problems. They have emotional problems.
Again, Nick Reiner now being held without bail. We're told the case will be presented to the district attorney's office tomorrow. It's still unclear when Nick Reiner could make his first court appearance. That's the latest from Brentwood. Lindsay Pena, KTLA 5 News. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Lindsay, thank you. All day long, there's been a flurry of tributes to Reiner across nearly every major social media site.
People are sharing their favorite films and moments from Rob Reiner's career, while many are still trying to process this heartbreaking news. From politicians to famous friends, the tributes are abundant, remembering Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. The actor, director, producer's work is intertwined with decades of quotable film and TV moments, breaking out as hippie meathead in All in the Family.
Michael, where's your tie?
Well, I tried, Gloria, but it doesn't look good with an empty neck.
It was created by the late, great Norman Lear. His family released this statement saying, in part, Norman would have wanted to remind us that Rob and Michelle spent every breath trying to make this country a better place.
There is no way you can overstate Rob Reiner's contributions in front of the camera and behind the camera.
He directed rom-coms and comedies like When Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, and This Is Spinal Tap, and was still working. Paul McCartney reacting on social media saying he just worked with Rob on the Spinal Tap sequel.
They don't make him like they used to, and Rob Reiner made the very best.
Oscar winner Kathy Bates spoke about Reiner and her breakout role in Misery, saying he changed the course of my life, calling him brilliant and kind. Stand By Me star Jerry O'Connell echoed those sentiments, posting this picture, calling Reiner's passing devastating, saying it felt like a parent has passed, and credited Reiner with shaping his life and career.
Everything that he did was about humanity and about helping others.
Rob and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, an accomplished photographer, were politically and philanthropically involved. Former presidents Clinton and Obama thanked Rob and Michelle for the values they championed.
He, again, cared about people and especially cared about, the people of California. I mean, that can't be understated. The fact that he, really pushed for equal rights, including gay rights, including gay marriage here in California. And he also pushed hard for, more education of our young people.
There you see flowers at his star on Hollywood Boulevard. Reiner's former co-stars Billy Crystal and Larry David were reportedly seen at the Reiner home after news of the deaths broke, visibly shaken by the loss.
And stay with KTLA for continuing coverage of the death of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. And tonight at 7 p.m., tune into our special Hollywood Tragedy, Remembering Rob and Michelle Reiner. We'll have a look at what happened, more on their legacies, and where the investigation goes next. Again, that's tonight at 7 p.m. right here on KTLA and streaming on KTLA+.
Now we're following breaking news in Cerritos. An investigation is underway after a man and woman were found dead.
Rich Prickett is in Sky 5 with details. Rich.
John and Sam, it's a 12,700 block of Andy Street, so near the Cerritos Heritage Park. LA County Sheriffs responded to this home just before noon today, and when they arrived, they found a man and a woman dead inside the home. Now, the circumstances surrounding the deaths, it will be under investigation. We have seen homicide investigators going in through the front door, and of course, as we get more information, we'll certainly pass it along. But 2 people found dead in a home here in Cerritos. Live in Sky 5, I'm Rich Prickett. Send it back to you in Hollywood.
Rich, thank you. A New Year's Eve terrorist attack targeting Southern California has been foiled by federal and local authorities.
They say a group of anti-capitalist extremists were planning on bombing multiple locations. Today, 4 of those suspects are in federal court. Our very own Gene Kang is live downtown with details. Gene.
Sam and John, federal agents say they prevented a catastrophic New Year's Eve event that could have potentially killed or hurt so many people across Southern California. Instead, those 4 suspects are now here in downtown LA in front of a federal judge.
This anti-government group traveled out to the desert to test their explosive devices.
The 4 suspects appeared in federal court today for the first time, accused of conspiring to bomb 5 locations across Los Angeles.
The defendants are all radical anti-government members of the Turtle Island Liberation Front.
Court documents reveal one suspect, Audrey Carroll, wrote an 8-page plan called Operation Midnight Sun. It outlined how the group would place backpacks containing pipe bombs at various locations to be detonated simultaneously at midnight.
The plan stated that the IEDs would be complex pipe bombs. It included instructions on how to manufacture the bombs and contained guidance on how to avoid leaving evidence behind that could be traced back to them.
Through extensive surveillance, the FBI embedded a confidential informant and an undercover agent in the group. Detectives planted as suspects allegedly purchased bomb-making materials, used burner phones and encrypted messaging, and planned alibis.
They had precursor chemicals there, and they were going to create these bombs in the desert.
Authorities say the 4 suspects traveled to a remote area of Lucerne Valley in the Mojave Desert earlier this month to begin assembling explosive devices. A joint task force, including the FBI, LA County Sheriff's Department, and LAPD, stepped in before any devices were built. All 4 are charged with conspiracy and possession of unregistered destructive devices, and authorities would not specify the targeted locations or their motive. I was just upstairs in court. Those suspects are in handcuffs in front of that federal court judge, and most apparently they will have some type of arraignment date set later today. Reporting live here in downtown LA, Gene Kang, KTLA 5 News.
Gene, thank you. Police in Rhode Island have released a video of a person of interest in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University on Saturday. Providence Police posting this video to social media. It shows a person in dark clothing walking along a street near the site of the shooting. 2 people were killed and 9 others hurt when a gunman opened fire Saturday afternoon during final exams. The 2 victims who died have not yet been identified. Shortly after the shooting, another person of interest was detained. That person has since been released after police said new evidence points in a different direction.
And at that point, that's how investigations work. Investigations will tell us whether something is valid or not, whether something needs to be ruled out. It's not a mistake. It's just how investigations work.
One of the Brown students on campus at the time of this weekend's attack is 21-year-old Mia Tretta. She was shot during the 2019 mass shooting at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita. Tretta was not hurt in this attack, but she said, quote, "No one should ever have to go through one shooting, let alone 2. Classes and exams at Brown have been canceled.
In Australia, support from around the world continues in the aftermath of a terror attack targeting Jewish people at a Hanukkah celebration. It killed at least 15 people. The suspects, a 50-year-old father and his 24-year-old son. The father was killed, the son was injured and is being held at a Sydney hospital. At least 40 more people were hurt but survived the attack. Police say the attack could have been worse if not for the heroic actions of a bystander who rushed in to wrestle the gun away from the attacker. We have a full report coming up at 4:30.
And we have more coming up on the news at 4.
Casey Montoya standing by with your forecast. Hey, Casey.
Most of us saw the sunshine today. Parts of Orange County still seeing foggy conditions. We are going to have above average temperatures for the rest of the week. And then the chance of rain. We'll talk about that coming up.
I'm David Lazarus, and speaking of rain, the